In today's video, we would be talking about 5 common mistakes that people make during the CGFNS online application process. Hello, amazing people. Welcome back to my channel. It's Uche Ago here. On this channel, I talk about nursing in different countries, fitness, DIY, and everything good. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome. Please hit the subscribe button, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I do not take your presence for granted. In today's video, we would be talking about 5 common mistakes that people make during the CGFNS online application process. The first mistake is adding all your qualifications to your CGFNS application. Let me explain. Now, if you're a midwife or a public health nurse, you are not required to add those qualifications to your CGFNS application. The only thing CGFNS requires of you is your BSc certificate and you being a registered nurse. When you add these other qualifications that are not required for your CGFNS application, you'll be required to submit a transcript and a license verification as well for those other qualifications. The second mistake that people make is having a different date of birth on the application and a different name on the application from their transcript or the license verification. Let me explain. For the date of birth, some people might impute a different date of birth. For example, if you were born in 1990 and you erroneously enter 1991, meanwhile, your transcript and your license are bearing that you were born in 1990. CGFNS is going to halt your application and demand an explanation. And if you have noticed this at the time you have paid, you would not be able to change or correct that date of birth. So it's important for you to have the same date of birth in your transcript, in your license, and in your CGFNS application. If your date of birth is different from your school of nursing and your international passport, it will be very important for you to complete or sort these things out before you submit your application. For the name, for example, if your name in your all through your school of nursing period or your name throughout secondary school, you were bearing AD, and then all of a sudden you are applying for your CGFNS, you now impute your middle name with A, C, and D. Now, CGFNS is also going to demand an explanation when they receive your transcript and your license verification, stating that you should also explain the reason why those names are different. However, if you've gotten married, you would be given during the application form a space for you to fill your other names that you were known, and then you submit your marriage certificate, and that one is sorted. The third mistake that people make is using a license that is about to expire for their CGFNS application process. If your license is about to expire, for example, if it's about to expire 6 months to 1 year, I would advise or suggest that you renew your license. And the reason is because each application, CGFNS or the Board of Nursing of your choice, takes about 1 year for the application process to be completed. Now, if your license expires during the process, CGFNS would not be able to complete your application and submit a CES report for you. Even your Board of Nursing, if your license is expired at the time when they get to your turn to fill out your forms for you, they would not fill and submit an expired license to CGFNS. So I would suggest renewing your license if it's about to expire before even paying to CGFNS or before even submitting your application. I know that renewing our license can take a while. I know that renewing our license is money and time consuming. However, it would be the best decision for you to do instead of you to pay, submit your application, and your application is not processed because your license is about to expire. The fourth mistake that people make is posting their transcripts by themselves. I would explain. Now, you are expected to fill out the parts of your information and then submit to your school. Now, if you get to your school and this thing is filled and they ask you to go submit it yourself, please ask them to kindly submit it for you by themselves. However, if there are circumstances beyond your control and your school have asked you to send this transcript back to CGFNS, I would advise not to use your address to send this form because CGFNS is going to reject it. if you go to send this by yourself for circumstances beyond your control, use your school address, because it's expected that your school sends this transcript to CGFNS and your board of nursing also fills their form and sends your license verification to CGFNS. Now, the last mistake I would say that people make when starting the CGFNS process is starting their CGFNS process alongside with their board of nursing process. Remember that CGFNS process takes 1 year and your board of nursing takes 1 year. Now, if you make the payments for these two applications on the same day, your application process or your 1 year begins to count. It is impossible for you to start your application for CGFNS and CGFNS will send your documents the following day. It's going to take a while for them to complete, verify, and then transcribe your documents to US standards back to your board of nursing. Now, when you start this process of application together, your board of nursing application is going to be affected because you also have 1 year for your application to be valid until you write your NCLEX. You cannot have your board of nursing 1 year elapsed and then you are going to write your NCLEX. You'll be required to pay again and start the application process again. I hope this helps, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and give it a big thumbs up and share. Thank you. See you in my next series.